welcome back. Welcome back to Lucid Trading. Welcome back indeed. I noticed that the camera is a little iffy. Let me quickly wipe that out. All right. Look at this, right? Rivian sitting at a market cap of about $120 billion. Or at least that's what I think. It doesn't really show the market cap right here properly. It says it's $10 billion. But it's probably much higher. Let's just say it's about $100 billion, right? That's still very high for Rivian. But yeah, it's rocking a market cap of $100 billion, up 20% today. Super interesting. Lucid is sitting at 44.7. Tesla's sitting at about 1,060, probably because Elon is still selling shares. And the markets are slowly coming back down. Interesting, right? S&P is going negative. You see that the NASDAQ is slowly rolling over. The Russell is still going up very strongly, up about 0.9%. So it is primarily the Russell going up, which is why we're seeing so much momentum in growth stocks. However, when you take a look at the value stocks, when you take a look at the recovery stocks, or even big tech, nothing is going on there. And, well, NVIDIA still sitting at 302. Man, this is a crazy market. Make sure you hit that like button if you just joined. That would be very much appreciated. This is round 2 for today, Power Hour. So let me just activate that real quick. So you can do that right here. And Power Hour template. Fantastic. Oh, Rivian is sitting at $118.8 billion, apparently. Wow, that is mind-numbing. That is so incredible. Like, they don't even have revenue. Like, you have to understand this. They don't even have revenue. They predict they will have some revenue into the future. It's crazy stuff. Same with Lucid, by the way. I mean, they're at the beginning phase of this. Yeah, both of these companies are incredibly richly valued, and I wonder what's going to happen if we see the markets roll over a little bit more with these EV companies. But so far, it seems like markets roll over. Tesla's going down, yet Lucid and Rivian are still going up strong. It's incredible. Revenue. You mean revenue? Right. Yeah, the market has gone wild. The market absolutely has gone wild. What I'm wondering is, like, who is buying this? Who is buying Rivian at 120? Who's putting all that risk on the table? Is it the institutions, or is it the Wall Street bets folks out there? Yeah, it is probably not Wall Street bets, from what I can see. No. But yeah, Rivian's still chilling there at 120. And what else do we have going on here? We have the cryptos, Bitcoin sitting at 65,000. Ethereum sitting at 40 or 4,700. Gold is going up. The dollar heading up. You look at that. The 10-year yield is going upwards. Here we go. The 10-year yield is heading up 2.5%. And it's, obviously it's now open. So, this is interesting. Yeah, it was closed so far. You can see that the TLT is coming down. And the 10-year is up about 2.5%. And that's the reason the 10-year is going up 2.5%. And that's the reason why the NASDAQ and the S&P and the Dow Jones took a bit of a hit. But it's primarily the Dow Jones that's going down right now. Gara, how come you don't talk about Doyu? Do you believe? No. Lucid is up 95% from 11th October. Is it? Yeah, just a couple weeks ago, it doubled. I mean, what can I say? This is kind of insane. I don't know if it's sustainable, though, to have all these EV companies at these very high market valuations. It's so ridiculous. Like, think about it. Just think about it, right? Snowflake is sitting at a market cap of 111 billion. However, Snowflake has revenue. They make money. They're burning a lot of money. No, that's a given. But they have money. They have revenues. Rivian and Lucid, both of them have no revenues. And they're not going to have significant revenues for a very long time. Yet both of these companies are just being valued at these astronomical levels. It is mind-numbing. There's no other thing I can say about that. Let's see. SoFi is sitting at around 22.9. It was up roughly. Let's see. It was up roughly 24%. Then it pulled back 8 percentage points. Gara, will we have an EV crash similar to the .com crash? I think so. Yeah. I mean, think about it. Really, just think about it. What would you characterize the market as in our time? It's the EV kind of market, right? It's like EVs are popping up everywhere. You know, we had Naked. They just recently merged, or they're merging with this EV company. We have so many EV companies popping up, which is great. It's great for the environment, I think, long term. But I think it's creating this massive bubble because people just want to put their money in EVs. Meanwhile, some of these companies don't even have revenues, right? Rivian doesn't have any revenue. Lucid doesn't have any revenue yet, right? Did your Lucid puts burn today? I mean, just a little bit. Not that much. Because I actually, whenever Lucid goes down, I take profits. I don't stay in my shorts. I know that it's a bad idea to hold shorts on companies like Lucid and Rivian. So whenever it goes down, I take my profits, I wait until it goes back up, and then I short again. That's all I'm going to do. The same way with, like, you buy a stock, if it goes up, you sell, you take some profits. I'm doing the same thing with these, although I have to say I have some shorts on Lucid that are sitting at like 42 and 43. Well, that's just too bad. Let's see. Just trying to, like, quickly... All right, there you go. Yeah, AI is sitting at 46. What I wonder is, why is it that AI and Palantir get affected by the 10-year yield, yet Rivian and Lucid are not really that much affected, right? It's like they're just sitting there, like, I don't know what to say about it. It's kind of weird. I mean, Rivian planned to IPO at a valuation of around $60. Then they upped it to 70, and now it's sitting at 121, at a market cap of around $120 billion. Like, seriously, who is buying this? I'm still wondering this. Gara, do you think GGPI is going to hit 20? Yeah, I think GGPI is probably looking more attractive than Rivian or Lucid. I expect at least a 20 to 30% move on GGPI, and if not, I think it could double. You know, Polestar is already delivering vehicles. The bond market is closed. Yeah, I mean, it was closed. I can see that TLT is now open, right? TLT is now open. You can see that the 10-year yield is going up 2.5%. And that's a couple minutes ago, right? Oops. I want to just check a couple minutes. Is that right now? I think it just recently opened. Although it's not really budging, so I'm not so sure about that one. But it says it's open. Market open. Which is a little weird. Let's see. I mean, so far the NASDAQ is holding up around 16,030. It briefly went below 16,000, I think, yesterday. I think it hit 15,900. This was when Tesla was heading down substantially. It was because of Elon Musk selling his Tesla stock, which literally made the whole market go down. See, I think TLT was closed though, wasn't it? Oh no, TLT wasn't closed. Never mind. But the 10-year yield, I think the 10-year yield was. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, no, TLT was not closed. It was the 10-year yield. You couldn't see it, but it's up 2.5%. It says, and that's the 11th of November. That's today, and it's up 2.5%. I think that is, if this is actual data that we're getting here, then that is one of the big reasons that the market, I think, has been pulling back the past couple hours. I mean, I think people are buying Lucid for earnings, hoping that something is going to happen. But Lucid is not going to, I don't think Lucid is going to report good earnings. I don't think it's going to be worth buying the stock for. We also have bearish divergence right here. Rivian 120. We hit 115 at some point though. And the maximum we've hit is around 125. I see Peru just joined. Welcome back. When is DIDI earnings? I think DIDI earnings are probably going to be either this Friday or next Friday. I don't know when. I actually have checked it. I'm going to check it again. So far, it's been very difficult to find the actual date. I mean, if DIDI has earnings tomorrow, then I will be buying a lot of DIDI stock today. I'm quickly taking a look right now. Maybe you can find it real quick in my earnings calendar list. I do not think it's there though. No. Not from what I'm seeing here. Yeah, I'm still looking at that list for Friday, right? Nah, they don't really... There's not that many earnings. Let me check for next Friday. Friday the 19th. I think that is for... Roblox is going to have earnings then. No, I can't find DIDI for some reason. Let me check Yahoo Finance. DIDI earnings is the 23rd. Are you sure about that one? Because I've been getting so many dates for DIDI. Like, oh, it's today. It is next week. It is Friday. It is 2 weeks from now. I've not heard of the 23rd, but I'll check the 23rd right now if that is the case. If it's actually the 23rd, then that could be interesting. I'm looking at the list of companies that are reporting on the 23rd. and I don't think it is there. No. No, it's probably not on the 23rd. I'm gonna check for this Friday real quick. On a different site. The Thinkorswim news says 23rd. It's weird. Yes, I actually checked their website, and I couldn't find anything on their own website, which is so strange. I mean, you would expect that they would announce they're going to have earnings on their own website, but they're not doing that, which is not very helpful. Maybe I should just send them an email or something, because this is just frustrating, not knowing when they're going to report earnings. I'm going to check for the 23rd again. See if I can find it here. No. Oh, I chose the United States as the region. Maybe I should do China as the region. Maybe. I mean, it's listed in the United States, though. No. It says it under their ticker on Robinhood, 23rd. I mean, I've actually heard it before. Like, I think, like several times people have told me, or I've seen like a Bloomberg screenshot or something, and the earnings never happened. It's never announced. It never happened. So despite any source saying they know when it is, so far it's been false positives. Like, we haven't really gotten a date yet. And that's what's really frustrating, because it's been more than a quarter. By now, it's been more than a quarter, and they haven't announced their earnings. They haven't put anything out there. So I'm just kind of trying to find that. Earnings, Chinese companies. Let's see if I can find it here. I'm going to use TradingView's own website now. Ticker DIDI. And I can't find anything. No data for this period. All earnings announcements in a single calendar. Okay, so it looks like Rivian is not able to stay at 120. Like, it's starting to pull back. And Lucid is still sitting there, and the markets are... What's happening with DIDI? DIDI is still down about a percentage point. Still down. When is PALANTIR going to run? I mean, not right now. I think PALANTIR just went through a correction, and I think when stocks like PALANTIR go through a correction, it takes some time. You know, it's going to have to consolidate it first. It's got to cool off. But I think maybe by next week it could be sitting more, closer to 24, 25 instead of this 22, 23 range. Still trying to find the date for DIDI earnings, and so far out of luck. Nothing. Nada. Alright, so on the 18th, we got Alibaba and JD. And I cannot find DIDI. No, it's not this week. Let's see if I can figure this out. What the hell is this? Rivian rising again. Oh my gosh. Like, I still don't understand this. How come where is this buying pressure coming from? This could be probably one of the bloodiest IPOs. When this corrects, when Rivian corrects, I think there's going to be a bunch of people going to lose a bunch of money. I mean, it's going to take a long, very, very long time until Rivian goes into full volume production. And until that time, I don't think Rivian is going to be reporting any sort of irrelevant earnings. Yeah, they just keep pumping it up. Oh well. I'm still trying to figure out the earnings. Or sorry. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted. And until there we go. I cannot find earnings for DIDI. Darn it. Rivian sitting at 121. DIDI is still pulling back. And the markets, I mean, it's mostly the Russell that's green once again. The Russell's up about a percentage point, and the S&P is kind of going negative. Really, seems like the S&P is going to go negative again tomorrow. It's only down 1.5%, so it's not even down that much. And the Nasdaq, same story, not down a whole ton, 2.5%. Lucid is skyrocketing for earnings. Look at that. Earnings being, I think, Monday, right? I think Monday is going to be earnings for Lucid. If I'm sure about that. The earnings announcement has not been scheduled for DIDI. Yeah, I agree with that. Because I could not find anything on it. I tried different sites. It's unfortunate. And you type in the ticker and nothing comes. Let's see. I mean, I could check the date. You know, the 23rd. What do we have going on for the 23rd? Why is PaySafe down? PaySafe? I think PaySafe had bad revenue numbers. I think that is the case. Yeah, so less than estimated. I don't know how their profits are looking like or how much they have lost. Could take a look at that in a second. One moment. Okay, so apparently Medtronic is going to have earnings on the 23rd. Xiaomi is going to be the 24th. No, I don't think it's reported. No. I just saw DIDI earnings on Benzinga, 11/23rd. Oh, look at that. Rivian is skyrocketing, 122.7. I don't know who's buying it, but it is going up. It is about to get back up to around 125. At least it's getting very close. God knows why. You can see, look at this, right? Pump, just barely, like no selling pressure. It just keeps going up. So this is most likely an institution buying. And maybe it's an alternative for bonds. Who knows, right? Like a long-term bond. This being like a long-term investment. All right, let's see. Apparently Benzinga says 23rd. Let me check earnings. Yeah, it says 23rd on Benzinga. But I can't find it anywhere else. So we'll have to go with that. 23rd of November, they're going to report earnings. This is for DIDI, by the way. Which that means we have about 12 days left for earnings. You know, which is fair. We'll take it. This is kind of random. This is really random. So we have a spike of about 5% in Rivian. I don't know why that is happening, but it is happening, right? It's I'm just gonna quickly check Wall Street bets. Yeah, so I try to kind of like search on Wall Street bets. Maybe there's like a lot of people buying Rivian. It doesn't seem to be like a thing. So this kind of leads me to believe that it's mostly institutional buying. Investors could be people that missed the train with Tesla that are now buying in Rivian. Something like that. I mean, how else can you explain this incredible valuation? I mean, it's pretty wild, right? I mean, we can go to their website. Let's go to the website. I'm just going to quickly go to the website right now. All right, so this is their website. This is so random. What the hell? Preserving the natural world. Forever. I don't like the website. So they have these trucks right here, right? So 67.5K. I guess this is fancy. You can get a Rivian hat. Okay, I don't really care too much about this. I want to go to investor relations, which would be, I think that would be this. No, investor relations. Here we go. Securities offered to employees pursuant to employee benefit plans. No quarterly results, no nothing. Historic price lookup. Let me just check this out. Let's see. Rivian announced the pricing of its upsized initial public offering of about 153 million shares of Class A common stock at a public offering price of $78 per share. In addition, okay, so I'm actually quite curious. In addition, Rivian has granted the underwriters a 30-day option to purchase up to an additional 23 million shares of Class A common stock. All right. The offering is expected to close on November 15th. Okay. Yeah, so they have $11.9 billion in proceeds. I mean, it's a lot of capital. That's significant. Yeah, a lot of book runners. I mean, come on. How is this worth 120 billion? Like, where? Okay, I need to find something. Like, there may be a presentation where they explain, hey, I mean, I need to read their prospectus, probably. Rivian prospectus. I actually haven't read their prospectus. That's really bad. I shouldn't be shorting a company without reading the prospectus. But I thought it was obvious. It's like they don't have any revenue. Near term, I mean, even if they have revenue, it's not going to be significant enough to maintain and sustain a valuation above $100 billion. You get one market correction and the stock price just plummets 10, 20, 30%. This is like a story, right? So, great story, but show me some financials. Oh my gosh. Pictures, lovely. Risk factors, prospectus summary. Okay. I think we should read this. The order of 100,000 trucks. Yeah, I mean 100,000 trucks. I don't think they bought 100,000 trucks, though. See, this is how they're selling themselves, and this is, I think, the main reason why Rivian is valued at 120 billion. This is their summary. Our purpose. Today, our planet is operating off hundreds of millions of years of accumulated plant and animal-based carbon. On our current path, this stored energy will be fully exhausted in only a few generations, and in the process, carbonize our atmosphere to such a degree. See, this is the reason why fund managers and hedge funds are buying Rivian. It's because they need something that is like, how do you say it? You know, the ESG stuff, right? It's like they have to get these companies that are like good for the environment. And I think governments demand it, right? They're like, yo, you should put some investments into some green companies. And so this could be viewed, you know, it's an EV company, so. And, you know, Amazon is backing it, so it has some establishments. Yeah, it's an ESG stock, right? I think that's probably the main reason why it's valued at this level. I'm not seeing anything that would directly compel me to buy the stock other than that as a fund manager or something. EV adoption is at the tipping point. E-commerce growth. Yeah, that's 100,000 vehicles that they want to deliver. Okay, there we go. Summary, consolidated financial, and other data. See, this is... Okay, let's see. How much of this have they been spending? Operating expenses. $409 million. $1 billion of operating expenses. $1 billion. What the freaking hell? That's a lot. For the 6 months ended June 30th, they've already spent $1 billion in 6 months. So $2 billion annualized, roughly. That's a lot. So that means they will report, in my expectation, they're going to report about $400 to $500 million in losses. I mean, if they have earnings anytime soon. Given the fact that they're not going to be delivering that many vehicles. Net loss, I mean, obviously they're operating at a net loss. So you're paying, essentially you're paying $120 billion for a company that is one day in the future going to deliver 100,000 vehicles to Amazon. And they're losing $1 billion every 6 months right now. But, you know, this IPO obviously gives them the cash that they need. So maybe that's going to help them out. Probably, obviously. If you've got like $11.9 billion, I mean, that's enough to get going, presumably. That's a lot of losses, though. Cash equivalents. Wait, what? Is this in the millions? Or not? This is not in the millions, right? Hold up. Except per share data. In millions pro forma. Total liabilities. Total assets. Give me 1 second. We got 7 minutes, by the way, until the market is going to close. I wonder if this is like actually in millions. So, because if this is in millions, I mean, that is a lot. That is a lot that they have in cash. They have like $1 billion in liabilities, $6.5 billion in accumulated deficit is $2.6 billion. Contingently redeemable convertible preferred stock. Risk to our business. We are a growth stage company with a history of losses and expect to incur significant expenses. We have incurred net losses since our inception, including net losses of $426 million and $1 billion for the years ended December 2019 and 20, respectively. We believe that we'll continue to incur operating and net losses in the future while we grow, including following our initial generation of revenues from the silver vehicles, which began with the R1T in September 2021, to be followed by the R1S. Okay. Our limited operating history makes it difficult. I just want to know the conclusion of this. Alright. Our ability to develop and manufacture vehicles of sufficient quality and appeal to customers on schedule and on a large scale is unproven. Yeah, we got about 5 minutes left until the market is going to close. Yeah, you get all these risks, you know. It's like we're losing money. we have had difficulties in you know, giving guidance, and we don't know what's going to happen, and then we don't know if the vehicles are going to be appealing. And my gosh, these are some risks, and on top of that, it's like, how does it then go to like a valuation of 120 billion? That just doesn't make sense to me. When you read these things, these are significant risks, not to take lightly. We face significant challenges as a new entrant. The automotive market is highly competitive. We may look at this. We may be unable to adequately control the capital expenditures. We could experience cost increases. Yada yada yada, and it goes on and on. Obviously, it's nice to be realistic, right? So I appreciate that they listed these things. See what else do they say here. Look at this. Like, they have literally like several pages listing all the risks. These are so many. Yeah, this is like at least 10 pages of just risks. So they have $3.6 billion. But it's like, is that the cash that they got from the IPO? I think so, right? That should make sense. Total capitalization of about 5.5 billion. Or did I get that wrong? Hold up. 2 more minutes until the market is going to close, by the way. Darn it. As of June 30th. That's pre-IPO. So they're getting another 11.9 billion on top of that. They are well capitalized. I guess that's nice. Dilution. If you invest in our Class A common stock of this offering, your interest will be diluted to the extent of the difference between the initial public offering per share. All right. Research and development. There we go. 6 months, and they spent 683 million on research and development, and about 990 million total. 307 million on sales. I mean, that's pretty good. It's not bad. Interest on income. It said they have so many assets. Like, they got this is in millions, right? They got 6.5 billion in assets. That's a lot. Liabilities, 1 billion. Contingently redeemable convertible preferred stock, 7.9 billion. Accumulated deficit, 2.6 billion. Working capital. Okay, fair. All right, I think the market just closed. Let me just quickly check it out. There you go. I think Rivian managed to hit like 124.5 again, and it dropped again. Yeah, I mean, I kind of get the whole thing with Rivian. They have a lot of capital. They're going to get even more capital from the IPO. They do have a deficit of about 2.6 billion. That's a lot of it's a lot of capital, right? That's like almost all the capital they had, with the working capital that they have. It's just I guess it's cheap to borrow, so they're borrowing a lot of money at low interest rates. or maybe, you know, they have bonds, junk bonds. So yeah, they have 6 to 7 billion in assets, and then you get the 11.9 billion of proceeds from the IPO. I mean, it's worth. I think it's worth, like, on paper, at least about 15 to 20 billion. Like, I'll give it that. So let's just cut $20 to $30 off the price, and then you have still $90 of just like market deciding, hey, you know what? I'm gonna pay $90 extra for that because I think they're going to grow in the next years and whatnot, which is fair. They're not delivering that many vehicles yet. So that's why I'm valuing it. I'm valuing it roughly around $20, 20 to $30. And then the rest, you know, the rest of the valuation, the $90 on top of that, is just what people think what will happen down the road, which is the reason why people are paying a premium, because, you know, yields are sitting very low, or you know, relatively low, and there are so many fund managers out there that, you know, they have to put their capital into ESG companies, and this is a more established ESG company because Amazon is backing it and Ford is backing it, and yeah, interesting. Could you please, Igarino1 just donated €2. Could you please check the Shiba Inu technicals? No, I'm not going to cover Shiba Inu. Sorry. Thank you for that donation, nevertheless, though. And it's also, you know, market close. I'm actually kind of done with the meme coins. It's I've seen enough of them. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. What is going to happen with Rivian? How many vehicles did they even deliver? You can see it's kind of selling off in the after hours. That's hilarious. It's only down a percentage though, so it's not that much. What is the market cap? On Google it says 105 billion, but then when I go to Yahoo Finance, I think it says something completely different, which I'm gonna have to check. Yeah, on Yahoo Finance, it says that Rivian is sitting at a market cap of $120.5 billion. I mean, that is quite significant. That's insane. What are you getting back? Nothing. At least not yet. It's going to take some time. I want to see how many deliveries they've done so far. So I'm just going to quickly go to the page. All right, you can see this right here on the Yahoo Finance thingy. $120.5 billion. That's how much people are paying for Rivian. I think it's a waste of investment at this point. You can see it's already down a little bit now in the after hours. Just want to quickly check something out. One sec. If I can. Yeah, let's get back to the Rivian thingy. All right. Rivian is down 2% in the after hours. Revenue and cost of revenue. I want to see what their guidance is. Let's see. Do they have like... Let's see if I can find their guidance. There we go. This is one hell of a IPO. Executive compensation. This will be interesting to see. They have a chief growth officer. Interesting. The following is a discussion and analysis of the compensation arrangements. Yada yada yada. Here we go. Equity compensation. In 2020, we granted each of an option to purchase 75,000 and 125,000 shares of common stock. The equity award of the founder and CEO. Board of Directors approved an equity award to Dr. Scaringe, consisting of a time-based option to purchase 6.7 million shares and a performance-based option to purchase up to 20.3 million shares. So, that is crazy. Okay. Get this. The performance-based option, let's say these shares are going to be around $100. That's about 200, no, not 200 billion, sorry. That's about $2 billion in just shares, which is quite significant, right? But yeah, relative to the market cap, it's only fair, I guess. And, you know, he still has to buy them at a certain price. So, yeah. Let's see. The time-based options vest in 6 equal installments of each. They're literally copying Tesla. The 4 stock price goals are, on a price per share basis, 110, 150, 220, 295. In each case, as adjusted to reflect the impact of any stock dividends, stock splits, yada, yada, yada. Such stock price reflect performance-based goals of approximately 5 to 13 increase in our stock price. $21 was their exercise price at the time of grant in January 2021. So it's 6x'd already. So yeah, it already 5x'd for the most part. Dude, he got roasted. No, I'm... You don't understand. I'm still green on my short. I am still green on my Rivian short. I'm going to add more. Probably for the next couple months. And I'll get out on the Rivian short as soon as possible. It's just like... I'm just trying to inform myself a little bit around this company. Maybe I made a mistake. Who knows? Just want to check what's happening here. But this company, yeah, I don't know. Our people and culture, competition, yada yada. Yeah, so these are the vehicles they're going to be delivering, I think. This one, the Amazon vehicles, powered by Rivian, right? Yeah, your opportunity, but show me what your projections are for your own revenue. I can't find anything. Rivian is the only stock that matters. Yeah, Rivian is the biggest IPO of this year. That's why. Rivian is literally the biggest IPO of this year, I think. Yeah, is there a bigger IPO? No, I don't think so. There's a good reason why I'm focusing on Rivian, because Rivian IPO'd very recently. And it's quite interesting, you know, like we're seeing Rivian sitting at like 120 billion market cap. I have never seen such a thing before, where like a company IPOs, no revenue, no nothing, 120 billion market cap. That is new to me. That is really new to me. And I'm just trying to figure out why. Like, why is this happening? It really doesn't make sense. Like Jim Cramer talked about it, but you know what he's going to say. It's because people are really excited about the future. Right. That's not how it works. So maybe maybe the CEO made a forward-looking statement somewhere here. Oh, there we go. Our normal factory currently has an estimated production capacity of 150,000 units. We began commercial production of the R1T in September 2021 and expect to start commercial production of the R1S and EDV in December 2021. Following the commencement of the initial production, we expect to ramp vehicle production for our launch products at our normal factory and plan to expand our manufacturing footprint in Normal, Illinois, as well as build additional domestic and international. Okay, future growth. So their current capacity is at 150,000 units. They have about growth in automotive sales, right? So as of September 30th, 2021, we had approximately 48,000 R1T and R1S pre-orders in the United States and Canada from customers who had each paid a cancelable and fully refundable deposit of about $1,000. Who knows what's going to happen, right? I think probably most of those are going to go through, though. But our commercial vehicles will initially consist of EDVs, and we plan to deliver 100,000 EDVs to Amazon by 2025. So this is interesting. We expect vehicle demand to outpace our production volumes in the near term. Yeah, there you go. Obviously, because they're just getting started. As we work to fulfill customer pre-orders and continue to add our backlog of pre-orders. Right, so this is exactly what Tesla's doing. Improvement in margin capture of lifetime revenue. There you go. Keywords: deeply vertically integrate our ecosystem has required substantial upfront investments in capabilities, technologies, and services. So fully vertically integrated. That's different from a Neo. It's different from an Xpeng. But it's all these like buzzwords, right? the Rivian ecosystem, Fleet OS, vertical integration. Like these things are all awesome and amazing. Where are those things? Why are they just getting started? That's what's so mind-boggling to me. It's like, why don't you just sell a couple vehicles and then you IPO? Just like what we're seeing with Polestar, which I think they've done about 23,000 vehicles in deliveries. And then they do the SPAC merger. I mean, I think that makes a lot more sense. I remember watching a video of the CEO. One sec. Essentially, the CEO of the company said, hey, I don't like the hype. I want to deliver first, and then let's go on with the hype. I mean, so far, what's happening is they are just getting started with delivering, and then they IPO. I think they should have probably first delivered a couple thousand vehicles and then IPO'd. But that's just my opinion. I think this has been a very hasty IPO, if anything. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Shows you they want money, they want capital, they want money. They don't want to instill trust or anything like that. But this is same thing with Lucid, right? Same thing. Lucid is just getting started with delivering vehicles. Yeah, I think I've seen enough. I think Rivian is going to be, how do you say this? I mean, I believe it's going to be a successful company. However, on the short term, what am I going to say about this? I think short term it's going to flop. I think long term it's going to be a good company. From what I've seen, they're going to do the same thing that Tesla did. And they've got a lot of capital. They've got a lot of, they've got a charismatic CEO and good products. And I think it should be a success long term. Although that's questionable. Who knows what's going to happen when interest rates go up and everything? They might get, might have a tough time then. But the advantage that Rivian has is they have a lot of capital. They have got so much freaking capital to work with. Unlike Lucid, Lucid only had about 4.5 billion. Rivian almost got $12 billion from this IPO, which is gonna, it's gonna help them a lot with their product launches and everything. So yeah, cool. Let's see. Let's get back to the charts. Let's quickly get back to the charts. Hold up. That's my calculator. There we go. Yeah, and as we speak, Rivian is coming down about 2 percentage points. So it's sort of selling off. Usually what happens when it sells off like this, it pumps up on market open, at least from what I've seen, historically speaking. It drops, institutions are taking profits, and it skyrockets during the day. Assuming that the 10-year is not spiking. Yeah, so that's Rivian. Lucid, I think... Why is there... Oh, Lucid is also dropping here. Tesla's dropping a little bit. NIO is not dropping. What is happening with DIDI? DIDI is dropping about 0.5%. Huh, so I guess a lot of stocks are going down in the after hours. Do you have any referral link for Webull? I think I do. Yeah. I think I had a link before. I'm going to probably have to I'll look into it, maybe for the future. Yeah, I think we have a Trading 2 and 2 link. I'll put it down below very soon in the description. All right. Okay. Yeah, so I think if tomorrow the 10-year yield goes up, then I think the markets are going to be negative again. So we got to watch the 10-year yield. The 10-year has been spiking as of late, and I think it could spike more. And if that happens, obviously because of the CPI, then it's going to be another bloodbath, just back to back. We're going to have to be careful with that. Yeah, it still boggles my mind. Like, what the hell is Rivian doing at a valuation of 120 billion short term? Let's see. Yeah, 90% of people did not buy into the Rivian IPO. Yeah, I thought so. All right, I think I'm going to be finalizing the stream now. I'm going to have to pack my stuff and get back to home. So yeah, once again, we are live every single day from 8:45 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. for market open and 3 to 4 p.m. for market close Eastern time. For the people that don't know yet, obviously, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We will be back tomorrow, obviously. In the meantime, you can check out the social medias. We have a Twitter, Instagram. There's a Discord community you can join. We have a TikTok, and we also have a Patreon where you can get many benefits that are listed right here, you know, such as the buy and sell signals and the stock picks. Yeah, we have a lot of benefits for the Patreon. Check it out at patreon.com/lucid trading. You get a 15% discount on an annual basis. And, well, I'll be updating the Patreon today. So when you join, you get the most out of it. All right. Have a good one. And we'll see you tomorrow.